Kabba, and I moved to Australia 2004 with my family. And the reason why we moved to Australia was because of the civil war in Sierra Leone. Left when I was very young, grew up in Ghana, came when I was 7. So been here for going to 13 years, and yeah. So I'm studying social science at ECU, and this is my final year. And I've had that passion ever since I was young, because when I asked my parents, you know, growing up I asked a lot of questions like why? And so I got to find out why we're even here. So it's like knowing that I'm from a third world country and knowing why my family moved. So being in Ghana, I used to admire the UN because they actually helped us a lot. So I was like, oh, there was a lady, can't remember her name, and I was like, I really want to be like that lady. So I've had that ever since the age of 6, 7, you know. So I came to Australia and I was a bit confused. So after high school, I was thinking, what should I study? So then I spoke to my uncle. His name is Uncle Thibaut. He's working for the UN right now. And so he gave me the heads up. Why don't you go to uni and study like social work? And I was like, okay. Looked into it, but it was very hard to, like, you can't really do social work at ECU apart from Bunbury campus. So I was like, okay, I'll do social science, which is the broader view of it, and then later on do a double degree in social work. So, and when you look into social science a bit more, it's more about helping people. It's more about giving back, but apart from you getting paid for it. And I was like, okay. So that's where it came from. So yeah, my uncle, you know, told me to go study social work, and because I looked into it and they don't really do social work at ECU in Joondalup, so I have to go to Bunbury. So I thought, okay, why not do social science, which is like the broader view of it, and then go and do a double degree in social work. So I, you know, I kind of looked into that, and you know, when it comes to social science and social work, it's more like giving back, it's more like helping, but apart from you getting paid for it. So I'm like, this is actually something I am really interested in, something I really love to do. So that's what I'm doing now, because I'm in my final year and I'm really enjoying it, and it's because it's something I have passion for. It's just like, you know, it's just like the wind, you know, kind of. But so, because I recently just came back from Mozambique, I did a volunteering there with Reach Out Volunteers. Awesome. It was really great because I got to learn a whole lot. But what inspired me to do that trip was, I actually was just online, and I was like, oh, okay. Actually, no, let me go back. I got that from uni, because I was at uni with one of my lectures was about to start, and I saw this pamphlet on the table, and I read on it, it says Reach Out Volunteers. I was like, took it, and first I didn't really think I'll take it that serious. Came back home, and I was like, okay, I'm like, Dad, I really want to do this. So I told my parents, and then I had a little bit of money in my account, and Mum and Dad were like, do it, go for it. And I was like, wasn't so sure, you know, thinking, I don't know anyone in Mozambique, and I've never actually traveled by myself to Africa since I've been here. So they're like, go for it. I'm like, okay, because the one thing I love about my parents is like when they believe in you, they would push you to do something, and they're very supportive. So sitting there with them, I actually paid my, like, how do you call it, like my 500 bond to secure my spot, so they can, you know, allow me to do the fundraising, so I can have like a certificate to allow me to, you know. So yeah, that's what really inspired me, and because I've got such a supportive parents, they never really discourage me to do anything. It's more like, go for it, you can do it. So that's what, you know, yeah. Because with the Reach Out Volunteer, it's like anyone could do it. It's like people from different parts of the world. So we had some, like 2 members from America, few from the UK, and then most of them were Australians. So it was the first time when we all got to like see each other and meet. So for me, I was a bit scared, because I'm like, you know, new people, I don't know how I'm going to get along with them. But it was really amazing because they were really lovely. We all got along very easily, and the program was very great. It's like everything was organized. What we're doing day to day was all on plan, and we went with that. And what I actually planned to achieve from it, I got from it, and it's like, knowing that I wasn't going to get any reward, because it's a volunteering, no one's going to come up to me and give me a reward and say thank you for doing this, but knowing within yourself that you've done something great for a community or for someone, you know, was the best feeling. Like that feeling is alone within myself is the greatest reward I can ever give myself, and that's what I wanted. And not only that, it's just, you know, yeah, so we went and we went to build like an AIDS clinic. It was in Punta Dura, can't really say it properly, so sorry. Yeah, and that was in Mozambique, and they only had one clinic there, so it's like, imagine one clinic in a whole, you know. Some people had to travel hours to just come to this clinic. So we thought, not we, the reach out actually thought, okay, yeah, they actually deserve an AIDS clinic. So that's when, you know, I thought, yeah, why not? So fundraised my own way to get there, my plane ticket, and fundraise for the program itself. So yeah, one of the best memory I had, everything was beautiful, the whole trip was beautiful, but one of the things that really got me thinking, as in, wow, you know, was when, because I got my hair done in Mozambique before coming to Australia, because I wanted to look, you know. So what happened was, the lady that was doing my hair, in Mozambique, they can't speak English, so it was really hard to communicate with them. So the lady that was doing my hair was trying to tell me about her sister, which had a daughter that can't walk. But I couldn't understand, so one of the helpers, one of the guys that were helping us during the program actually told me what this lady was trying to tell me, saying, you know, her daughter can't walk and she needs help. So I'm like, oh, okay. And the one thing I really loved about my group is you'd bring up an idea and they're up for it. No argument, no nothing. So I told my group, I'm like, look, this lady has a daughter, and I don't know how old the daughter was or whatsoever, and she can't walk. She's never walked before, and they need help with a wheelchair. And spoke to my group, and trust me, because we went to continue our job with the AIDS clinic, after that went straight to the lady's place, and bam, there we went. We gave her the money she deserved for the wheelchair. And for me, that was the most beautiful moments ever, because I'm like, wow. And it was how do I put it? I got really teary, and most of us really, you know, because it was a touching moment, because I thought my whole life I've been selfish. That's what I thought, you know. Like, I live in Australia and I've got so much opportunities, and it's always been me, me, me. And then I went back to this place where they don't have the same opportunity as I do, and they appreciate, how do I put it? They appreciate what life offers them. They're grateful, that's the way to say it, you know? So it's like, wow. And when you're driving, the beautiful thing is when you're driving, because we're in one of those safari cars, you see the kids running behind the cars, and it was so beautiful. It's like they'll be running and screaming. I've got videos of that and pictures as well. It's so beautiful. So it's like getting to see these people that don't have the same opportunity as you, but yet still appreciate what they have. They have hope, that's the word to use. It's like every day that comes by, they're hopeful for tomorrow. It's like, wow. And staying in Australia, and it's been about me, or sometimes I'll, you know, whinge about little things. It's like, Susan, stop. It's time you know, try and go back and help. How can I put this? It's not just to go back in Africa and help, but doing more volunteering work, as in, because what that did for me as an individual, it humbled me. The way I talk to others, the way I see others, it changed my view so much. So it's more like, do it, because it's also a learning process for yourself. It will change you as a person, and trust me, it's the most rewarding thing you'd ever do for yourself. No one's going to come up to you and say, hey, look, Susan, thank you for doing this, and here's, you know, $3,000, or here's an award for, you know, that's not what I'm looking for. It's just knowing that I've gone and I've made a difference in someone's life, or in, you know, it's that reward for myself, you know, knowing I've done that. So it's like, get out there and do more volunteering works. And one thing I'll say, look, go on to Reach Out, you know, go online, search out Reach Out. They do a lot of like volunteering in different places in Asia, in Africa. Join them. Just, yeah. Okay, so the one thing I always ask myself is, where do I see myself in 5 years' time? And for me, I would say in 5 years' time, I see myself having a beautiful family, having a good job, and also one important thing, having my own charity organisation, which I'm planning to register. And also I would love for young people in Australia or Western Australia to join me and make a difference, not only in Africa, but also here. Like, we have a lot of homeless people, but that's something for later that I would love to share, and I would love everyone to support me in it, because, you know. And one thing, also a message for the parents is support your children, because if it wasn't for myself having such a supportive family, or my parents being so supportive, I wouldn't be where I am today. They've never brought me down in anything I want to do, and they've always allowed me to make my own mistakes and learn from it. And I think that's what got me where I am today. So it's more like, parents, push your kids, be more positive towards them, tell them they can do things, you know. Don't ever tell them you can't or try, you know. Just go for it. So yeah, thank you.